Has your loved one's AD&D life insurance carrier or plan deny the claim on the basis of a policy exclusion such as mental infirmity or intentional infliction of self-injury or suicide? Unfortunately, this is a common defense that can be raised. First, you have to prove, of course, that there was an accident to get AD&D benefits. And then you also have to basically prove that the death was not the result of a policy exclusion. I know that sounds strange that you've got the burden, but that's what the reality is. One of the most common exclusions is that the carrier plan will say that we don't owe any benefits because the death of your loved one was the result of a sickness or mental infirmity or intentional self-inflicted injury, suicide, or attempted suicide, whether sane or insane. Now, every policy or plan is different, but that's the general language that we see. And what they're going to be asking for when you file a claim is they're going to be trying to take statements of any witnesses, if there were any, to your loved one's passing. They may take statements from you, co-workers, even from their employer. They're going to definitely look at social media accounts. They're going to be looking at medical reports from all medical providers, including any psychologist or psychiatrist from whom your loved one may have gotten treatment prior to their death. They're also going to look at prescription records both before their passing and medical records that can also include toxicology reports. There's often a lot of speculation and conjecture about the mental state of the deceased that can be challenged if the carrier is relying on some medical, scientific, or clinical judgment, and they haven't explained it, as they often don't. And our goal here is to set this up for an attack, an attack, an attack. What I find is that the carrier plan's liar for hire's reliance on medical, scientific, or clinical judgment has to be attacked and destroyed. And that includes their speculation about your loved one's cause of death. They're going to basically interpret whatever they find as a reason to either argue that the death was not accidental or inclusive of not the result was excluded by a policy exclusion such as a mental limitation. If that's happening in your particular claim, call us today at 727-894-3188. We can help you with this claim regardless of where you live, regardless who the carrier might be. You know, your loved one took out this policy to provide you and their family benefits in the case they passed. And the worst thing has really happened. But we don't want them to rob you and your family of not only peace of mind, but financial peace of mind. So give us a call at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. We can help you regardless of where you live in the United States.